What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to another video. In this video, I want to talk about how difficult it is to walk away from a peaceful conversation with a narcissist. A lot of times we go into a conversation open-minded, and we're not looking for someone to take our side and almost agree with everything we say. But when we have conversations with narcissists, they always prove how illogical their thinking is. And it makes us walk away from the conversation like, okay, what just happened? I thought, we were just talking and things just went left real quick, and it leaves you feeling like you said something wrong. And they do this all the time. But it's just the way the narcissists think. They feel like if you don't feel the same as they do, if you don't share the same opinion as them, then it's wrong. And they take it personal. And I don't understand, how can something that is someone else's opinion be taken out of context to the point where they become so emotional, and they attempt to make you feel like you said something wrong when it's just all a matter of opinion. I want to give a couple of examples of that, how there's really no logic in the way they walk away from a conversation when they make you feel that way. I've had conversations with narcissists, and it's been about, something like, for those of you, when I'm on camera, y'all may have noticed that I got two goals in my mouth. There's just a style. I've had one of them for over 20 years, and I have one of them for almost 18 years. And that was the style. Obviously, it is something that I like. I got them. And I'm going to be getting them removed soon. I'm not going to put a date on it because I don't have to. They're mine. I got them for a reason. And I don't owe an explanation to anyone about my style, my preference. But when it comes to a narcissist, there are things that people like in this world. And there are things that people, they really don't have any interest in. But to a narcissist, if you don't feel the way they do about something, then you're trying to say that it's something wrong with them. That's how they take it. They take everything personal. So we had a conversation once, and the narc would always mention about tattoos that they want. I'm not a tattoo person. You will not see a tattoo on my body. That's just not something I'm into. However, again, I am into the goals. I got the goals. I could get the goals removed, and I may or may not, but that was my preference. And it's people's preference. If that's what they want. If you want a tattoo, then get the tattoo. That's on you. That's just something I rather not get because that's not my style. I'm not into that. Just like there's certain, clothes, fashion, designs that people are into, certain style of vehicles or a certain style of homes that you like, different type of designs. It's about preference. But when you are having a conversation with a narcissist, they prove this all the time, how they cannot accept differences. Because to a narcissist, if you don't think the way they do, then there's something wrong with you, or you're trying to insinuate that it's something wrong with them. They take everything personal. But again, back to that example. We had this conversation. They told me about the tattoos they have, and this, that, and the other. And then they will be quick to tell you what you should get. And when you're like, well, no, I don't want that because I'm not into that. Well, you have goals. Okay, well, that's a goal. That's something that's a different type of style that I was into. That's something I wanted back then. I'm not big on that anymore. It's played out to me that, it's like It's not something to make a big deal out of. But a narcissist's way of thinking, they always feel threatened. And if they don't feel the way they have to feel a certain way within the conversation, or they will attempt to make you feel bad, for sharing your opinion about it all, for giving your true expressions about anything. They want you to feel like, no, you're wrong and you should take that back. So it's like, and I've heard people say this so many times, they may not be necessarily a narcissist, but that's just something that I don't understand. Like, it's just not, it doesn't make sense to even bring that up during a conversation. Like, if it makes you angry that I prefer something different than you, you don't want goals, but you want tattoos, and I'm perfectly fine with that. That's your prerogative. You have a right to that. But with narcissists, they don't think that way. They make you feel like that you're wrong for not agreeing with them on everything. And let's see, another example of that is the narcissist is just very judgmental against every decision you make that they don't agree with. It's just something that they feel like you should view it the same as they do. They very, very opinionated to the point where they attempt to make you feel bad for not, like, let me see how to put this. Some things you may have done in the past that you wish now you would have done differently. And, for whatever it is. At one time I explained to the narcissist when we were having a conversation before I really knew how they were, and, that this person was not the type of person to really understand where I was coming from. You just can't discuss everything with everyone and be open with everyone, especially a narcissist, because they will take such a very vulnerable moment and turn it against you, or they'll use that to go up against you and make you feel bad. We were having a talk about my mother. When my mother passed, and this was a very, very, over 20 years ago. I was 18 years old. But anyway, people deal with death differently. And I was explaining to this person that, I took a while to even accept. Everybody deal with death different, especially when it's your parent. It took me a while to really accept what was going on. It was very traumatizing. And for whatever reason, I'm not going to get too into things right now, but the thing is, it took me a while to bury my mother because I didn't want to face the fact that this was a part of my reality, at that time. And all the narcissists did was criticize the fact that I choose to do things the way that I did back then. They love to throw things against you to make you feel bad. And they don't know how to have logical conversations to understand, to go deep about how a person go from being one way and growing into, what makes them a better person as they are now. Narcs don't know how to have healthy conversations. It's either you feel the way I feel about things, you agree with me at all times, or you against me, or I will go against you and, and punish you with it and throw it back in your face and make you feel bad. So that's just something that I really wanted to point out about narcissists and how it's just impossible to have a healthy conversation with them because these people are not stable. They're very toxic, and it's just always, that same old with them. How if you don't, just be with me on all things, then you're against me. That's their, toxic way of thinking. And when you find yourself in a conversation like that, just get out of it. Just get out of it. Don't give them too much of feedback back and forth. Just get out of it. So leave y'all thoughts below. Thank y'all for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.